All right, hey everyone, welcome to the third stream for us here. I appreciate everybody joining. Had fun last time. We got beaten up in a couple of dungeons. Uh, this time the team's a little busy, so it's just me. Garnet might join later, but I have some things planned, and yeah, it should be fun. So I just wanted to do things a little differently. Start here. I realized that for people who are on the Discord and things, you might know a little bit about the background on the team and why we're here and that sort of thing. So, for those who aren't and who might catch this video later and wondering what the heck is going on with Rose and why it's coming back and stuff like that, I just wanted to just do a quick overview about that, and then I have some things planned we'll jump into. There'll be a Q&A right after that, so I know some people had started preparing questions and things like that, so if you have those, just save those till then, and I'll start looking at them later, but I'll just do my intro here real quick. Hi everybody. I see all your hellos. Hello back to you all. So just for those of just to review, Rednim Games, the name of the channel. That's the company that me and the team have set up to take over publishing and development of Rose. So Rose stopped development, at least the North American version stopped development in 2019. That was War Portal and Gravity. They didn't want to continue the game, and that meant that the only official version of the game still running was the Japanese version. I don't know very much about what's going on in the Japanese version. I know that the company filed for bankruptcy, and there's talks that the old dev team there is maintaining it on their own dime and things like that, but I don't know anything about it. So besides that, those were the two main versions of the game. When the game shut down, I reached out to Gravity, and after a lot of negotiation and discussions, we were able to get the license. So we are replacing Gravity as the publisher and the developer. Now we still have a relationship with Gravity, but we are responsible for the game entirely, and we have a lot of basically unlimited freedom to do whatever we want, finish the game, finish the worlds, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the history. I know I never really posted it anywhere in detail like that or went into it, but that's where we're at. And so if you watch the first two streams, we've received all the Rose assets from Gravity, and we're trying to get things going here, continue where the game left off from where they developed it, and then obviously put our own spin on it. So the team and we've been working a lot on the code, and the code is how do I put this politely? It's a bit messy. It's a very old code base, and there's a lot of legacy. So we've been doing a lot of maintenance work and plumbing work that's not very exciting from your perspectives. There's not much for us to show changes and differences and that sort of thing, because it's all in the background and whatnot. And then we haven't had as much time as we would have liked to focus on the game parts yet. We've been doing things here and there, and so the streams have been very nice for us because it's been letting us connect with you guys, and you've been showing us parts of the game that we're not familiar with. I mean, if you watched last week's stream, you would see we got absolutely destroyed in the dungeons because there's parts of the game we haven't seen, but we're making good progress on the code. And we're going to be starting to, in the next few weeks, we'll probably start transitioning more into the game elements. And so these streams will be a little bit different down the road. Right now, I'm just exploring different parts of the game, getting feedback from you. But later on, as the team and we get into changing stuff or addressing things, there'll be you'll start to see differences in the game from what you knew. So I think that's all I want to talk about on that front. I did want to take the chance. I've been on the streams. I've been pretty active in the Discords, but it's not just me working on it. So I want to take the chance just to go over the team because we really have a good team. And when you have smart, capable people working with you, it really makes a difference. And they're fantastic. So I wanted to just take a chance to just introduce the team. None of them are here, so I'll just introduce them from a screenshot, but I just want to explain their roles. So let's just quickly do that, and then we'll jump into things. So here's a screenshot from our first stream, and if we go from left to right, you can see left we have What. He's our animator and game developer, right? He focuses more on game content. People might know him. He's been around in Rose for a while and worked on different projects. So that's what he's doing on the team. We have right next to him we have Garnet. Garnet is great. He's more on the game developer front, but he's really a jack of all trades. He writes codes. He knows the tools. He's doing 3D stuff right now. So he falls more in our game developer side. He knows the game very well. He knows all the different aspects and that sort of thing. He's also been around for a while. He was in the Rose community way back when, and then left, and then came back. So he's an old hand. He knows Rose very well. On the far right, we have Lennox. You might know him from his time on the open source Rose stuff. He's a software developer. He's really been helping a lot on the code front. Very smart guy, really a strong programmer, and it's great to have him on the team. He's been doing a lot of the plumbing work on the code these days. It's really been a lifesaver. So another old hand, strong programmer. And then right next to him we have Flowen, also a programmer. He was helping me for those who were around on the Rose Next project. He implemented some cool features, but he's also our web developer. So once it's time to roll out the website, he'll be there. And then you have me in the middle. I kind of lean more to the programming side, but I do like the game development side, and I'm leading this team here and this project. So yeah, I just wanted to put this out there. We haven't had like a full team intro written down anywhere. I just wanted to, I'm the one on these streams. I'm doing a lot of the talking, but behind the scenes, these guys are working really hard, and they're all very smart guys, and I'm very excited to be working with them. I think together we have a chance to really make Rose shine. I think the past few years it got a little bit unattended to, and I think this team is really going to be able to bring it back. Okay, so yeah, that's the pleasantries. Let's hop into it. I wanted to do a Q&A because I know some people were talking about, have some questions prepared and things like that, so I'll walk around a little bit. After the Q&A, I want to take a look at some of the new like refining and darkening and balancing and all these features that I'm not really familiar with. But before then, let's hop into a Q&A. So let me just take a look at the chat here, see if there's already been questions coming or not. Yeah, the question from JDP is, will this server have one server for all? Yes, right now we're planning to have one server to serve all players, and one channel for now. Depending on our needs and how we need to scale, we will open it up more, but we'll start with one to keep it simple for us. The game right now is not available for the public. Right now only the dev team has access. The question was, when will the game be available? And we don't have a hard deadline for full public release. We plan to have alpha testing before the end of the year, and we want to build up our alpha tester teams. I've had questions about how are we going to do that. So there'll be an application process. We're gonna have everyone needs to apply. The main reason for that is that we will have requirements from our testers. Things like availability, voice chat, time zone, things like that, and the application process will let us go through that. So the alpha will be a closed private alpha, but in the next few months that will happen, just depending on the progress of our development. Valor, honor, passives, and abilities. Yeah, that's tricky. With the team, we've talked about it, but not too much yet. Personally, I liked the old Rose unions rather than the Valor and honor system, but I don't want to kind of make a strong comment on either way because I haven't done a lot of Valor and honor point collecting. In general, in general, I'm a little concerned about all the passives and things that you can get from all over, and especially the item mall, and we want to make sure it's not I maybe take a look at reducing the complexity of that. I think that can be quite intimidating to new players. Do we have radical plans for artisans in PvP? Not at this time. We do want to look at all the classes individually and things like that, but we're gonna need to do that with the alpha testers, and so until we get some 10v10, 20v20 PvPs going and get feedback from our testers, I don't think we can really make reasonable assessments of each class. Metreon is asking, do we plan to pursue what was proposed for Rose Next? Rose Next, some of the ideas will definitely inspire some of the new ideas. It was a different context though. Rose Next was iRose based, this is Evo based, so some of those things might not make sense. It'll depend on that. Be majestic, please show the knight skill tree. That's not what I have planned for today's stream. If there's a little time at the end, I can jump through the different classes, but today I'm looking at the arty crafting and refining and stuff like that. Argot Eyes is asking, are we running on OS Rose? No, this is the official source code. We are the officially licensed developer and publisher now, so that includes using the official code base. Hey, Garnet. The question is, will we revamp crafting and the drops? Definitely we want to take a look at the drops. In the grinding and testing that we've been doing, the drops are a bit weird. I think there's some powerful systems here, but we will need more practice playing the game and feeling that out, and then that will be something the alpha testers can help us evaluate. 5 people testing versus 30 people testing, get a lot more data points and things like that. We do plan to launch on Steam. The question was, if we launch on Steam, will it be available on Steam Deck? I'm not sure what work would be needed to get it on Steam Deck, but we plan to have it on Steam just like it was in the past. That might have to be, post-beta or part of the beta part, but we plan to. Hi, Aaron Smith is asking when it will be out and will it be free to play? Yes, as I said, we don't have a hard timeline for when it will be available, but sometime next year is our goal, at least for a public beta. And then, yeah, Garnet, you laughed at me because I ran into the wall. Will it be free to play? Yes, it will be free to play. We will have an item mall with cosmetics. We will not have pay to win elements like item mall passives or skills or things like that. Yeah, Alchemist is asking, do we plan to allow players to reset skills and stats via an in-game method, even if it's time locked? And he makes a good point that you can't really adjust your build without using the item mall. Yeah, I don't really like that was what it was before, but that was the decisions of the previous developers. For us, I don't see why you should be restricted from changing your build if you did something wrong. This is a very intimidating interface, and the click to increase stats is very primitive. It's easy to make a mistake, you misclick and things like that. So we want to revamp this interface first of all, so that you can maybe allocate stats and then see how it'll affect your build before you commit to it, things like that. So it's definitely a consideration, but paywalling stat resets and skill resets, that's not really the style of game we want to run. If we have stats and skill resets, we want them to be available. JDP is asking if we'll have new events for players. Yes, of course. So we want to have events. We want to implement new event systems. In terms of what exactly, we don't have anything concrete. It will depend on what resources we have available and things like that. We would love to have community event staff who could have, you know, certain permissions and skills and things like that to run events. Maybe, you know, the dev team can give items for giveaways, and a community member can submit them and stuff like that, run events. So that's something we'd like to do, but that will happen once we release, of course. Jamie is recommending we use the 2012 drop tables. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to move backwards, so I think we'll just take what we have here and see how we can make it better. Or maybe, you know, maybe the best solution is to undo it, but we will experiment, and with our alpha testers, we'll make sure to get the balance right. Jay again is asking, oh no, different question. We can do all we want with the server, and all does this mean the 7 plans will be finished? Yeah, we have full creative freedom to develop and publish this game. Obviously, so Gravity still owns the intellectual property, and so they have involvement in the sense that they don't want they need to protect their intellectual property. So we can't, you know, make Rose into a gambling game or ruin the spirit of Rose, and that's not what we really want to do. So those are the only restrictions that we have, you know, keeping the spirit of Rose. But other than that, we have full creative freedom. We can create the 7 worlds. We can create new jobs. Whatever we feel is appropriate, we can work on. So there's no limitations on us from that perspective. Shudo is asking if we plan to have bots in the future, if there's not enough players for arenas and PvP and things like that. It's a good question. I would hope that we'd have enough players for that, to avoid that situation, and I think it could be solved better by having instances and events that can be done solo or with a smaller team, that you don't need to do the big ones. But it's a hard question to answer, but hopefully my answer wasn't too vague. Aaron Smith asks if he can recover his old account. Unfortunately, we don't have access to the old database, so none of the old data is available to us. So you will not be able to use your old accounts. Majestic is asking how we'll do the reset. We don't have that plan, so I can't give you an answer. Alchemist is asking if we have plans to continue the story of the game. Yes, I think I really like the main the episode quest, right? The main storyline. I think it would be nice to flesh that out. So we do plan to hire writers and finish out the storyline and build up more the lore of the world, trying to stay true to kind of its roots and that sort of thing. Especially as we think about in the future, you know, not probably, at least not for another year, the other planets and things like that. We want to make sure that they fit in the game and that sort of thing. So finishing the storyline or writing more aspects of the storyline, you know, more complicated quests that complement the storyline, those are definitely in our plans. Pink Yoshi is asking us, did it take a long time for us to get this development? Have we been thinking about this for a while, bringing the game back? I can't answer for all the team. For myself, I've been playing around with Rose on the code side for several years, and it was mostly just personal, experimentation, that sort of thing. But when the server shut down, or when Gravity shut down the game in 2019, that prompted me to contact them and see if I could negotiate a license with them. So I reached out to them at the end of 2020. So it took a while to get here, just for timeline purposes, if that's what you're looking at after. In terms of how long have I been working on Rose-related things, probably since about 2016, but I've been playing the game since iRose days. So the question is, did we check the main issue of this game? Yeah, we thankfully a few people have already reported some actual exploits. We've done some playtesting and things in our end. We know there's like some stability, desync issues, and things like that. So from a code perspective, we've been spending a lot of time fixing up, things on that side. From a gameplay perspective, like drops and balance, I think we have less of a whole perspective, but we're hoping to rely on our community and testers to help us balance that out. 12th 13th is asking if we'll be hiring in-game GMs or moderators. Yeah, so that's a good question. I would like to have a community team, members from the community that serve in different positions, whether it's moderators or game masters or event staff, things like that. It's just too early to start putting together those kind of roles when the game is not even launched. But it's something that I think would be very nice. And, there's some very good and nice people in these communities, so we're happy to have them involved. Question from Furion: do you think you and your team will add a third job option? I'm not against it, but we don't have any plans for it now. I think there's a lot of content already available in the game, and I feel that we can extract a lot of depth from the existing content before we have to start adding new content. So will there be an option for third jobs in the future? Maybe. But as of today, I think other parts of the game can be and need to be cleaned up before we jump there. Pink Yoshi has a similar question about adding a class. I think it's more likely we would add parallel classes, maybe having 3 second job options rather than having a third job option. I think that's more likely, but don't take it, don't assume that's all decided. That's just me speaking out loud here. Aaron Smith is asking if you can play from the UK. Yeah, we will not be region locking the game. We will be implementing GDPR and other requirements that we need to present, but we are only licensed to run the game in the North American region. So there will be some restrictions. The servers will be in the US. We won't be able to have, if we get to that state, in-person regional events outside of the US, things like that. So, but we will not be blocking any player from anywhere in the world joining the game. Lord Cow King asks about that I mentioned we want to make the earlier maps relevant for players later on. Let me just read your question. It says, you've talked about making earlier maps relevant for later levels. Can you expand on how you plan on doing this? Yeah, one thing for me personally as a Rose player that really over time I didn't really like is that, well, one, Junon is my favorite world. I like all the maps here. And the second thing is that once you level up, you end up not coming back to the beginning games unless you're leveling up a new character or need to farm something specific. So the early levels kind of get abandoned, or the early maps, get abandoned. You'll have like breezy hills and Zant and, you know, Valley of Luxem Tower. Like, these maps will be pretty barren except for the odd player here or there popping up. I personally would like to have reasons for higher level players to go back there. How we're gonna do that, we don't have concrete plans as of yet, but some things we've discussed, for example, would be, you know, quests that take players back to those areas, or having one part of the map, for example, a small corner of the map having a high level boss or monster there, so, you know, a low level might walk by and see a high level killing a monster he can't kill, but at least he's there. You know, we got a little bit of that when we were in Zant and the Whoopee King was there. You know, that we couldn't kill him, but like a higher level could, so that gives a reason for a higher level to go back. So it'll take some creativity, but that's something we would like to do. I think it's nice when beginner players and advanced players mingle and interact, and it helps build the community. Black Widow's asking if Item Mall will have party skills for clerics. Item Mall will have no pay-to-win elements. That means no skills and things like that will be available on the Item Mall. So no, you cannot have any player advantage over another player by buying Item Mall items. Alchemist is asking what is my stance on one-time only items like the Old Faith items or ancient items which are no longer obtainable. Yeah, you know, I think scarcity makes things valuable. You know, like if an item is a one-time only item, I'm not against it as long as it doesn't punish people who come later. So if we have an event with like an item that we claim, or we will say that it's, you know, one time only for this event, I think that's totally fine, and makes that item rare, and it makes that, you know, important for that player who got that item. I'm not against that, but, you know, I would hate that we have an event item that has some kind of stat combination or whatnot that someone played in 2021 got it, and in 2025, you know, new players who can't compete with the old players because they weren't around to get that item. So as long as it doesn't ruin the experience for people who come afterwards, I think one-time items are totally acceptable to have in a game, right? Like, if you were around at a certain time, you get a special thing. That's, you know, that's part of the game, and as long as it's all balanced. Muddy is asking how we will select testers. There will be an application process, and we will have some requirements, and then depending on how many applications we get and that sort of thing, we'll have to go from there. The biggest thing for us is we're a small team, so we can't have, you know, 100, 200 testers. So it'd be almost impossible for us to manage that. So picking them will depend on, you know, things like availability and time zones and things like that. Grab a picture screenshot here. Are we planning on adding AmpMax? Asking if we're planning on adding auto function as well. I'm not sure what you mean by auto function. I know some people have mentioned auto attack, you know, like the target enemy skill and things like that. We want to improve some of the base mechanics, so we're going to be looking at it, but we don't have any concretes. Arrowly1 is asking if we are looking into exploits and dupes. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. We know how some of those are reproduced, and we will definitely be doing a lot of patches to the server before our initial release, because even without those videos from players, we see in the code where you can easily duplicate items and things like that. So that's a high priority for us. That's almost higher priority than changing anything in the game, even, because one dupe glitch will just ruin the whole thing for everybody. Jay's asking what will the XP drop rate will be. It's going to be standard one-time rates, what it was before. I agree. You say you're not a fan of fast leveling. We agree. We're not a fan of fast leveling either, but people don't have, you know, 4 weeks to get to max level anymore. You know, so we're gonna be tweaking it and balancing things so that you have to work to get to high level, but you also don't have to give up your life to do it. Etrion is asking if we plan to implement WASD and skill shot abilities. We've talked about it. We've experimented on it. The Rose networking architecture and movement code makes it a bit harder to implement stuff like that. So even if we wanted to today, I think we would need to postpone that until we've done enough improvements to the code base where it could support that. You can kind of do a, like right now I'm pressing the arrow keys and you can move with the arrow keys. It's a little clunky, but it simulates it. So we can do kind of a pseudo WASD, but not probably what most players are expecting. Thystro is asking if we understand more from the game. Probably referencing our last stream where we weren't even comfortable with some of the skill trees. If you were here for the intro, we're still deep in the weeds on the code stuff. We know many parts of the game better now, but until we clean up, a lot of this code stuff, we're not able to, spend as much time as we want in the game. But it's coming up. The next few weeks, we're slowly transitioning our priorities and our tasks, and then that will coincide with bringing on people for alpha testing. Unlikely Chris is asking if we have plans for automatic looting when items drops. Yeah, it's a good question. It is tedious, I think, when there's a lot of drops to pick up. We don't have any plans right now, but we're open to suggestions. 1213 is asking for classes, will there be an upgrade to Visitor? We have some experiments we've been playing around with Visitor. We'll see if those make it. Wukong Army is asking which build you will receive at launch. Will it be Classic 1.0? I'm not sure what that question is. If you want to re-ask that question differently, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I don't understand the question. Avery BB is asking if item mall cosmetics mentioned will be tradable. That's a good question. I'm not sure yet. I think I would will ask the community what they're feeling on that, if they want them tradable or not. My only concern would be then, people could use item mall as a way to get Zuli by, indirectly paying money, getting an item mall item, then selling it in game and getting Zuli, right? Like it's basically a way to get in-game currency. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask the community. Shidoi is asking if we're thinking about adding flying. So, for many people don't realize that in Rose, there's movement is only coded in 2 dimensions. When you are like floating like this, it's just floating. There's no actual flying. You can't really move up, or at least, on the server side and things like that. We would love to be able to add better support for the 3rd dimension, and like maybe some kind of real proper flying or gliding or something could happen at that stage, but it would just let us do more interesting things. Maybe NPCs can move up and down while they're flying or attacking you. We can do jumping and that sort of thing, but to do that would require a lot of maintenance and infrastructure changes in the code, so it's a nice to have, but it's not a high priority right now. Pink Yoshi, yes, people outside the US will be able to buy stuff from the item mall. We won't have any restrictions like that. It just might all be limited to, for example, US dollar. We can't support other currencies at this time, but you would be able to use the item mall. And I'm glad you're thinking about buying things. So Salus is asking us if we have any plans on revising the interface and the UI, such as the skill bar. So in terms of like icons and things like that, we don't have any plans to refresh these. We don't have a full-time artist right now, so we would have to, you know, do that on a per item basis. For the UI, we have right now, or at least I've started a project to replace the UI system. I'm playing on a normal 1080p monitor, but I know people have 4K and things like that, so UI scaling and flexibility is just non-existent in the current system. And so we do want to invest in overhauling the UI, like the code behind it, that would allow us to do more complex things like scale the UI and things like that. So we've started that. I don't know when, you know, it'll take a lot to redo all the UIs. So maybe over the next few streams you might catch me changing 1 or 2 pieces here or there, and that would be in the new system. So yes, we do plan to give some attention. Little things like changing the default font and, you know, that sort of thing we want to support. It wasn't in your question, but one thing that I personally want to support is, I like back in the day, players would make their own UI themes and things like that. I'd love to be able to support that officially, have players you know, skin the game the way they like it and things like that. And then another part, you know, we want to make all these everything, all the keys rebindable, so that you're not stuck using the default layout, but you can rebind all the keys. Just going through the questions here. Avery BB is asking if we would ever consider increasing party sizes. Yeah, as long as it wouldn't be game breaking, I think that's something we would consider. I have no plans now, but it's something we'd be open to. Kekoin is asking if we see any benefits to doing events similar to Extra Life with charity organizations. Yeah, that's kind of related to the other question. If we get to that scope and scale, and if there's a you know, a charity that we want to work with and create a, you know, a one-off item to help support them, I think that'd be really interesting and intriguing. I don't see us doing it in the short term just because we don't have the resources, but if the game is going well and we have a vibrant, healthy community, I think that'd be really interesting, and I'd love to do something like that. 1213th is asking if cosmetics will have statuses. No, or costumes. No, we hate that feature. A costume should be purely visual only, and so if you know, wear an item that has a stat on it as a costume, it should not affect your stats at all. So I agree. In a lot of the PvP videos I watch, everyone's wearing that king set. I guess it has good stats, right? So no, we won't be. We'll be removing that, absolutely. Alchemist is asking if we have plans to adjust any of the clan functions, such as maximum size, or adjustments to the clan passive systems. You know, we've talked about this a lot on our team. We feel that clans in Rose are really there's more potential there than that has not been realized. So, you know, I'm not sure if I would allow one clan to be ginormous with 1,000 members, but I think, you know, you can do interesting things like ally systems or better ways to coordinate clan members. In terms of clan passives, I don't know what clan passives are available now. It may that be something good to look at like the next stream. But I think, you know, it's important to have, you know, motivation to be in a clan and to level up your clan, and if that's through clan skills and things like that, that's what we definitely want to look into. It's in our backlog, as is everything, you know. Look at everything. Honeybuns is saying that the event quests were all in the lower levels for a reason. But she's saying she supports normal quests and stuff like that. It's just related to our previous talks about having high level players go to low level areas. Yep. Oh, sorry, when I read the chat, sometimes it freezes up. All right, a lot of questions. Jory, yes, we will be working to finish all 7 planets. Black Superman, for the short term, the jobs will be the same. We might probably make changes here and there. Metreon 7 is asking what will the max level be at launch. All I can say is it won't be 250. We haven't figured out exactly what we want to do there yet. Black Superman is asking what servers have I played before making this Rose. You know, I started iRose back in the day. After iRose, went to all the private servers that were popping up after that. AU, Titan, Rough, and then Arua, and I can't even remember. And I've been doing this a long time and playing Rose a long time. I think it's a pretty common story for any Rose vet. Muddy, we do no old accounts. There will be no old data from before. Bag Nation, yes, we are the licensed publisher and developers for the North American region, but anyone from anywhere in the world will be allowed to connect to our servers. You have bad ping? I'm sorry. Oh. Look who's here. The best cleric NA, right? Mm-hmm. Mr. Iski Maulidan. Man, you guys, some of you guys' names make it so hard for me. How many people are working developing Rose Online? The team right now is 5 people. You know, once we grow, I would love to grow the team more, but that's all the resources we have for now. We do have some positions that we would need to fill and would like to fill, but we don't have the resources yet. Jory's asking 7 planets. Yes, we would like to finish 7 planets. Especially, you know, Garkia, I think, has an interesting lore. Bag Nation, I'm not sure what you're talking about party leveling. I don't know the current state of party leveling, but yeah, I think party leveling is cool. Ultra Games asking if we plan on fixing invisible wall limits, or do we prefer to leave them as they were to encourage exploration. I mean, some you know, some places you just shouldn't be allowed to go. Right, like behind this gate and things like that, right? In terms of, I'm not sure what limits you mean, but we'll keep all the invisible barriers for now. In terms of exploration, I think there's not really much to explore as of now. Not sure what you were expecting. Metron says, do we plan on slowly rolling out Luna and Eldion, or will they be available at launch? That's a good question. So I don't want to reveal too much because, you know, I can say something here and then people will get hung up on it. We don't plan to have 250 as the max level. And when we release for beta, we probably will need to do a staggered release, so that we can kind of manage all the content and things like that. That might change depending on how helpful our alpha testers are, but we do plan that we might need to gate content and release it slowly. The main reason for that is that we want to make sure that everything is high quality, and if we just release with everything available, there's just a lot of surface area for exploits and all kinds of things, or just poor gameplay. So that would be one way we'd do it. That's very likely the way we do it, but as I said, if we have really good alpha testers helping us, then we might not have to do it that way. We might be able to just release everything at one go, but it's a wait and see kind of situation. Pink Yoshi 98 is asking, are we planning to change the interface a bit? Yeah, ideally we would replace the entire user interface code. There's an old system that's based on like images and things like that. We want to replace all that, and with that means we could do clean up maybe some of the skill trees, make them easier to follow, things like that. So that will come naturally. It won't be done all at once. We'd probably just recreate the existing UIs at first, but like for example, I hate this window. It's just so much info. I think there's room for improvement if we just take a look. Ikina's asking if there will be a possibility of a console version. We would love to have mobile and console versions of this. Right now, the code does not support any platform except Windows. So our first big milestone for multi-platform would be if we can get it running on Mac OS or Linux, and then from there we'll see. But the scope of that is incredibly large, so I wouldn't expect it to happen anytime soon. It would take quite a bit of time to do that. Does NA Rose have achievements? I don't know. Doesn't look like it, and maybe someone can tell me. That would be something nice to add, achievements. Alchemist is asking if we intend to keep the RNG and chance fail system for upgrading refining, or will we lean more towards slower but reliable process. So I wanted to take a look at some of that today, especially like the darkening and hardening and all these things. But whether they need improvement or not, I think we'll have to see. I'm not sure what would be a good system to replace it. But I'm open to changing things, especially removing RNG is always nice, but it also sometimes it might not be practical to replace it with something else. It's your boy Braden. We do plan to bring it back to Steam, but the initial launch and beta launches will be on the Rose website. AppMax is asking max damage 2045. I don't think there is a max damage on this version, but we haven't tested it actually. JDP is asking if we think there will be server latency if someone from Southeast Asia plays the game. Would they need to install a VPN to lower the ping? There's gonna be latency the further away you are. We will host the servers in a good data center with good uplinks and stuff like that, but you can't fight the distance. Depending on how many players we get from overseas, we might set up like relay servers, but that depends. If we have a lot of players from a region that want to play and are really struggling because of latency, we'll come up with a solution. But to start, expect the same latency as you would get connecting to other games in a different region. Reload FR is asking, is the entire team working full-time on the game? I would say that right now Garnet and I probably are the most full-time. I'm full-time. We can say Garnet's full-time. Lennox is part-time, but you know, a pretty good amount of time, and then Flowin and What are more part-time. That's unfortunately that's the only what our budget would allow for now. You know, if we do well and the community likes our game and they support us, we will, you know, bring on some of the other guys full time, and then maybe expand the team to more people full time. But we have a budget, and those are our limitations. We'd love to have everyone and more people full time. Thystro, I'm not sure. No more gameplay. I do plan to test some stuff today, but not anything too action packed. And when will there be a closed alpha? This year there'll be a closed alpha. Couple more things we need to figure out on the server side before we can start letting people connect, but the alpha will be before the end of the year. 1213 is asking if Rose will have voice chat during party or group. I think that's a really good idea. I'd have to look into it. I know there's some, you know, solutions we could use that could make that easier, but it would be great if Rose had, you know, voice chat built in. That'd be fantastic. Hunty1 is asking for an approximate date. So I know everyone's asking about dates. I think you should think about it in 3 different phases. The first phase is going to be closed alpha. That will happen this year sometime. We have to do a little bit more groundwork on the server side before we can do that, but that will happen this year. Based on that feedback, that's when we'll be starting to make changes to the gameplay. And once we have, you know, some of the core elements done, that will trigger the start of beta, a closed beta, or maybe an open beta, still to be determined. So there'll be an extended beta period before a full launch. You know, a full launch won't happen till sometime, you know, next year, maybe even late next year. So for players that are willing to play a beta version where things can change and, you know, maybe resets, maybe not, you know, but knowing that it's a beta version, you can expect it next year in the first half of the year, maybe. If you're looking for the full, final, fully polished version, more likely to wait till the end of next year. And that's when we would do, you know, more aggressive marketing to new players and things like that. Will Rose have MSN built in it like Lineage 2? No, I was thinking AOL Instant Messenger. Alchemist is asking, what is my favorite type of sandwich? Oh man, I don't even know what my favorite type of sandwich. It would actually be like a baguette with leverwurst. That'd be my favorite. I used to eat a lot of hagelslag, but those days are long gone. Thisor's asking, did we ever think about releasing an iRose server instead of Evo? No. I think MSN's pig emoji, maybe. I grew up playing iRose. I love that version, but you know, it's I think it's more nostalgia than anything. I think Evo has a lot of good things, and it's built up all over the years. So we considered it, but we decided not to. Now, you know, we have the old iRose version, but we don't have the resources to invest in it, and that's not something we want to have us distracting us, you know, like an Evo and an iRose version. So we're hoping that with the new team, iRose and Evo will be the past, and all that there will be now this new version, and that will be the future of Rose. That's what we're hoping. Do I like penguins? I do like penguins. Yeah, they're dumb, but they're cute. Do we plan on making a lot of season events? We plan to. Hopefully we can. It's just about resources. Do we think about making PVM more challenging, or is there going to be a hybrid of PvP PVM? We want to invest in PVM. I think A lot of the bosses have very basic AI and things like that, and I think we want to take a look and see if we can make it more interesting to fight a boss, or yeah, you know, some of the monsters can have more interesting mechanics. I think that's something we want to look at as well. Alright, I think the questions are kind of trailing off here, so I'll leave it for 2 more minutes and then we can take a look at some gameplay here. Yeah, Leverwurst and Hoxlog, and don't forget the boater. Yep. I love myself some Leverwurst. What is my favorite class? Good question. I think I like... God, that's tricky. The class that I played the most would be Cleric. In Iros, I really loved Dex Cleric, even though it was super hard to level them and things like that. I don't know why. Or Dex Artisan. I always like the weird builds. I'd be curious to see if we could support that in the future, something like that. But Flowerboy's asking, would the dungeons be up at launch, or do we plan on adding them as the game goes on? There will be at least one dungeon when we open up for beta testing. 12/13th, will endgame gear be available as boss drops and honor points? It was asked earlier, we need to look into the honor and valor shops, and whether we're going to keep them or change them. We haven't really looked at them at all. So Silas is asking if we plan on fixing server lag due to a large number of players in one location. We will try our best. You know, we have a pretty good team, and we know how to, you know, work with legacy code and change it. It will take time for us to clean up that code and things like that. In terms of the client lagging, usually it's client lagging before the server lags when there's a lot of people in one. Alter games, yeah, we really want this to be a community game. So whether that's community, you know, providing some of the storyline or designing events or coming up with items, I think that'd be great. We just don't know yet how we can set that up in a way where it's like natural and organic and things like that. So that will happen over time. Hopefully, you know, people will take initiative when it's time and things like that, so that we don't have to do everything. You know, like I love when players put together, you know, wikis and things like that. You know, that's very helpful, and things like that. So. Honey buns, I'm not gonna do any fighting, so I don't need some armor. But yeah, I'll remember this time. Alchemist asked if we consider expanding the scoreboard system from PvP to the dungeons. Yeah, I think the scoreboard system is pretty cool. I'd love to expand it to go beyond even just the game arenas, but just your cumulative stats from the creation of your character, right? Like, oh, how many mobs you killed and things like that. I think those metrics are cool. We would have to take a look at supporting that on the database side. So that might not happen for a while, but I think that'd be cool. Muddy's asking if we have any price caps for items because they kind of got crazy. I think economy management, I think, is often neglected in my experience in Rose. The servers go long enough, people kill enough monsters, there's enough Zulian items that everything becomes devalued and worth millions and bajillions and things like that. We do have some ideas, and we do want to come up with ways to, you know, reduce that, right? That like even if there's 1,000 people making 100 Zuli a day, that money gets taken out of circulation so that things are pretty balanced. BBC is asking, do we plan to make dungeons for low levels? Yes, we would like to, in a way that it makes sense. 12/13, will there be end gears that are craftable? I don't know yet. That's a good question. It's Kikilov is asking what programming languages is Road made with. It's C++ and there's some Lua. Those are the two main languages, but it's mostly entirely C++. NSIC Skies. Do we plan on implement dynamic events in PvP? We'd love to. Just we have a lot to do and limited amount of resources. So, will there be pets and looting pets? 12th, 13th. Yeah, pets would be great. I think we want to focus more on gameplay before we start focusing on things like pets. All right, and last question is: will there be a quest that is time dependent? Example, only applicable or can be accepted at night? I don't know. There's a lot of room for creativity. I think we can do some interesting stuff. So it just depends on what we come up with. Whew, that was a lot of questions. Thanks, guys. I hope you like the answers. You know, I enjoy the streams. It's nice to connect with you all, and I think if you guys are just a little bit more patient, I hope that you know, in the next few weeks we'll be able to start doing some alpha testing and getting people more involved at a game level. But in the meantime, I did want to look at some of the Artisan skill tree here and take a look at some things. I did play around with it a little bit, so I'm not complete noob, but I'm definitely a noob on some things. So yeah, let's go over here. I want to take a look at some of the new functions and features that were added around enhancing weapons and armor, and then take a look at refining, and then yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did want to look at runes. I know runes are pretty controversial, but I don't even know how to use them. So let's start with these right here, the arty skills, and then we'll take a look at the other ones. All right. So the way I understand it is that the Artisan got these new skill trees. For equipment, you can reinforce or endow your equipment, and then for weapons, you can darken them, harden them, balance them, or enchant them. Oh, did I miss a lot of questions? No. You can darken, enchant, balance, or harden it. So I just want to take a look at these. I want to go through them, and then I would love to read your messages and see what you guys think about them. So let's start with the equipment. All right, I'm gonna do the advanced armor reinforcement. I guess I can't cast it when I'm. All right, looks like I can take. I need a durable band. Yeah, see, one thing I noticed while I was testing this is that if you don't know what the heck to do here, it's like completely confusing, right? Like, I'm gonna get this item. Oh, let me go in the chat here. Did you get a microphone, Garnet? Yeah. Everyone will hear your voice, hopefully. Alright, I'm in the Discord channel, so you should be able to join. Alright. So, alright, let's test this out. So I need craft dealer gears. That's a good idea. Let's start with a body piece. Alright, let's go. Doesn't look high enough low. 30. Alright. I have to buy the shoe from NPC and get the blades from dissembling items. Okay. Well, the good thing is I don't have to do that because I can just spawn what I need. So I need a mana fusion suit. Best mana fusion suit. All right. Should have one now. Put that one. I need earth blades and nidstone, I guess. All right. It's gonna be earth. Let's get 100 of those. Might need. What is a nidstone now? What I'd be curious about where you get these items. Why do the items come pre-drilled? Maybe I can show you guys. When I spawn it, I can choose to have it drilled or not. Just had that setting on by default. Right. Earth blade and nidstone. Many would be drops from disassembling. Okay, so I have to disassemble equipment normally. And nids drop from Eldion. Alright. So let's see what happens. I have 81% chance. I guess it gives me... Oh, I lose the socket. Okay. Gives me this reinforced one. Whoops. Alright guys, 1 second. We crashed the server. Nice. Monsieur Garnet. I'm surprised it took 3 streams to get there. Oh, the server didn't crash. I crashed. Okay. Interesting. No, I thought it was a server, but it was just me. I didn't even get the item. Interesting. I'm gonna try it again. Oh wait, no, maybe the server did crash. Garnet just brought it up really fast. Garnet, did you... Oh, your mic's not working? Server crashed. Alright. I'm a little nervous to do it again. Whew. Did I manage to dupe anything while I crashed? No. Alright. Test something else here. Alright, so here's another confusing thing. Like, why do I need an 8th grade bind rune? Oh, because it has an item grade. Let's see. Yeah, there's another thing I want to... Yeah, server crashed. Okay. We'll put that on the bug list. Let's see what happens if I try refining it. Alright, I need to spawn some stuff again. That's... I guess a catalyst would be a license, right? So, yeah, license you. 8th grade bind rune. You guys can't see me spawn stuff, can you? And then refine enhancement. What is a refine enhancement? Yeah, if it crashes again. Yeah, I'm gonna try refining. We'll see if it crashes. All items have a grade depending on the level of the gear. Ah, okay. So I thought bind runes were based on you needed the level 1 bind rune to get to refine 1 and stuff, but I guess not. So Vener runes and Neptune runes. Well, that's not the rune system, is it? Okay. Alright, well, I don't need those enhancements then. We'll just go ahead and refine. Oh, I see. So I keep using the same bind rune. I can just keep going up. I don't know. Oh my god. Money. Pronto. A gem. Let's get a bunch of garnets. Sell them for money. Alright. Nice, okay, so this is pretty easy to refine if you have the materials. Alright. Oh, okay. So after 5, if I fail, it degrades. Alright, not bad. First 5 are kind of free, huh? Look. And this is pretty straightforward. Oh no. It goes all the way back down to 5 if you fail? What? Come on. What? I'm not even at... Alright, let's see if I can get a 7. Alright. Dang, that percentage just fell off a cliff. I'm not even I guess I'm halfway, but that's... Alright, I got it to 8. Alright, this is... 55% to get a 9? And this is the best one, isn't it? That's nuts. I'm not even halfway. Yeah, 20 is the max, that's right. Oh, getting lucky here. This is crazy. 51%. Alright, so everyone's telling me I need to use the item mall stuff. Yeah, that's so broken though. I just want to play the game without item mall. Right? Oh, so lucky. 47 protect. Oh, look at that. I'm on a roll. Gonna degrade back to 5 now. Oh, it goes down 2. Oh, shoot. This is brutal. Honestly, like, how hard is it to get License U, I wonder? Jeez Louise. Watch, it's gonna keep going down. Whoops. I run out of catalyst. Okay. I don't... Jeez. But you know what? That's tax. Alright, let me... What are... Bano runes you guys have, huh? Why are these different? I guess you can get them from not the item mall. And then you can get the one from the item mall. I don't want to use those. That's so annoying. That's so... So that if I put 2 of these... Wow, 20% enhancement. That's not pay to win or anything, huh? Dang. Look at that. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, this is... We need to look at refining. How am I supposed to get it to 50? I just lost another 2. Yeah, this is infuriating. What did I run out of? Money. Alright, what can I spawn that will give me a lot of money? Wait, where'd my dev window go? Oh no, there's a bug in my dev window. No. Can't log out. Oh, I bugged my game. Hold on, guys. Finding all the bugs today. My login. Don't hack me, please. Gold bars, alright. Gold. I guess a material. Oh, a million Zuli. Now we're talking. 999, please. Alright, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks. Alright. Oh, nice. Look at that. Look at that 3 comma club. Can't tell me I'm poor anymore. What was I? 8th grade buying Rune. Can I? So weird. Oh, you're too poor here. Let me drop you some money. Go. Alright, I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling generous. There you go, Garnet. There you go. Oh, you need a little more? This is nothing for me. I blow my nose with 10 million. Here you go. Look at that. I didn't even notice the change. I only look at the first 3 numbers. Let's go. I guess money can't buy you luck. Jeez. Jeez, this is really painful. And I have the best catalyst, and I still can't get it past like 10. 47%. Oh, jeez. Goes down 2 every time. Okay, this is ridiculous. It's gonna go back to 5. Like, yeah, this is crazy. I cannot get to 20 without Venom Runes. It will go to 0% before 20. That's okay. That's just a matter of, okay, maybe, alright, if the Venom Runes are like, if you can get them in game, maybe, then it's like, okay, right? Maybe we can make those just global. That's what it's sailing now. You know, it's probably like way higher, and they just write that so you feel better. Wow, it's so nice being a pay-to-pay player. Look at this, not even a single fail. Oh, I said it, I got a failure. Even with the Venom Rune. Even with the Venom, like, are you kidding me? Who designed this? It's crazy. Alright, let's. Can I get to 15 even? So you need both. Neptune is what you're saying I need? Jeez. This is crazy. The question is, how good is refined equipment? At least it doesn't go down. Okay, I see. So that's, you really want you really, what did I run out of? Oh my god. What? Oh, Venom Ruins I ran out of. Jeez, how many? I went through like almost 200 Venom Ruins. How much did they cost on the store? I need more Venom Ruins energy. Oh, did I close the Alright. 20 cents a rune? I think I just want to stack through 200, so you'd spend like 40 bucks. Are you serious? So if someone had something 20, they were like god tier. Jeez Louise. Oh, I only spawned 45? Okay. Still a lot. I don't know if I like that mechanic. That's weird. Alright, I want to try 15 plus is OP. Okay. Oh no, I just closed down my reinforce an item. Let's take a look at this. Oh, let's. I need a super sword. Hold on, guys. I messed up. I gotta relog again so I get my dev UI up. I just implemented that like a few days ago, so it's a little buggy. Game audio is drowning out my voice. All right, I'll lower that down. Lower the game music. Is that better on the music? Jeez, I'm so mad at the refining right now. Let me get a gun. So you can see how laggy my dev UI is. What are they doing? Oh, are you talking, Garnet? I thought hold on. Let me... Sorry, the audio seems to got all weird. Is the music okay right now? No one said anything, so I assume it's okay. Why is it? Music still too loud? I don't know why it got all loud all of a sudden. Alright, let's mess with settings here. Can you hear Garnet? Because it's showing sound on my screen. Garnet. Oh yeah, music goes off when I tab out, so I guess. Garnet is a no-go. I gotta figure out. I'm a noob streamer. See here. I forgot how I did this. Linux helped me set it up, and now I don't know how to make it. Trying to figure it out, Garnet. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. I can see the audio when you talk. Say something, Garnet. I see it detecting you. Yeah, it says you're. I changed. Can you guys still hear me? No, I still. Sorry, Garnet. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I lowered this music a lot. So. Need Lennox. Where's Lennox? He's helped me before. Voice meter. Oh, I know what it is, Garnet. I know what it is. I know what. All right, say something. I can hear. Testing, testing.
Oh.
Nice. Can you guys hear Garnet? I'll shut up for a second.
Hi guys.
Testing. Hello, Garnet. Are you saying something?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, nice. I'm just gonna turn off the music, guys. All right. We have Garnet. Nice. You guys should have said something. I didn't know the music was so loud this whole time. I will watch some YouTube videos next time so I know what I'm doing.
So, what are you doing?
I want to learn how to reinforce something. This doesn't matter. Oh. Okay. Reinforcement alloy and powder.
Powder and alloy.
Are these items also these compounds? Maybe. Powder. Reinforcement powder. Let's get a. And then alloy. All right. These were dungeon drops. Okay, okay. So those are just extra, right? I shouldn't need them.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Increases accuracy and durability. Okay. So that's interesting. It doesn't tell me that it's been reinforced. So I can just keep going, I guess? I can just keep... Yeah, it doesn't say it's been reinforced.
Yeah, see on the tooltip you can see the difference with the stats. Accuracy, durability.
But I can keep going, right? Okay, nice. Going.
I don't think there is a limit. I think you can go 100.
I can keep going. Oh, 100 durability. Oh, okay, nice. Look at that. No failures. Ran out of... Oh, need a new alloy. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, so we know that it's been reinforced. The player, as a player, I don't know it's been reinforced. Gotcha. So does this? Oh, there we go. It failed. Okay. Now I'm back to the other island.
Same as refine. You can grab how to say in English. So you don't degrade the equipment.
Yeah, these protectors and compounds. I can go to 100 durability, so I can spend all day at this NPC just. Alright, I'm gonna get these. Well. Oh, I got the protector. Okay. Failing reinforcement drops durability, losing axiom weapons, dodge, and armor. Okay. I can just keep going. Failed. Doesn't matter. Just keep going. Oh. 64 Dura.
Right.
I'm trying to go to 60. Failed. Well, when I fail, it doesn't go down. I just fail, seemingly. Success. So now I'm at 66 Dura. Nice. 70. Oh. Oh, haha. Oh, I see. So if I fail without this drop, so I'm at 70. Oof, that's painful. And so these must have been expensive. Failed. Okay. So unnecessary. I have to say the RNG is unnecessary. I'd rather it just require like 50 of these or something. I mean, maybe a player would want to gamble.
Yeah, and it has been made for pay to win. But same as we find, keep in mind that this is very powerful feature.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a big difference in maybe between two weapons with different durability. So
Yeah,
in
that's
some
true.
sense, it break the. So yeah, it's hard to talk because I have the feedback on my phone.
No, I think this sounds okay. No one's complaining. Yeah, so okay, so it's advantageous, but I'm just talking about the RNG part. Like you're gonna end up spending a bunch of these anyway. And you're just clicking, 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 clicking. It's just yeah, your microphone's a little low, Garnet.
Is it better now?
For me, I don't know about for them.
Okay. Yeah, it's too hard, but it don't have to be too easy.
Yeah, I don't mind a little RNG, but this is a lot. Like 20% every time. It just compound. Like without these protection, it'd be impossible, right? Come on. There we go. I guess with the enhancers, you don't really care if you're rich. Oh, can't hear you at all, Garnet. I don't know what happened. Your audio takes a lot of powders,
No,
though.
no, I'm here. I'm watching you fail.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you need a lot. Like, I think I've gone through 1,000 powder. Okay, 100 newer. All right, I guess that wasn't too bad, but you need the, well, without these enhancers, it's like impossible. And I don't know how reasonable it is to collect these. Yeah, sick weight saying if we can farm these, then maybe we can keep it, right? That's what I don't know yet. We'll have to look at the drop tables. Like, I spawned all these. How reasonable is it to collect as much of the stuff that I have here, you know? That's the part where our testers will help us figure that out. Nice. Now, how?
Also, I'm not advocating for Rune, but I think this would be nice if we can try it.
Yeah, I want to try it. How do we enhance? How do I
I know
use
there is
runes?
some things wrong with Rune, but I think the main issue is how it's hard to max them. It's
Where,
super long.
where can I do it in an NPC? Where do we use runes? Lead the way. I'm Peter
Follow me.
Pan. Hold
I
on,
take my dragon.
this is.
Let's go.
I need a different map. Bulldog. Let's go. Also, I don't know what you guys think, but this is my favorite on center. I don't like the one with the building in the middle. It's pure nostalgia. Dog here. All right.
Empowerment.
Empower. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's empower my new gun. What? Can't empower? It's only equipment?
Maybe you need a Rune first.
Let me try that. What? What can I empower? I put rune stones in there. Oh, I see. So I empower a rune, not my actual item. Okay. What is a gem rune? Take a look.
We have Fiona. You can buy it at Henry.
Who can I buy from? Marina? Combat
Henri,
group?
Henry, Henry, Henry.
Oh, Enrique. Où est Enrique? Oh, it's down here.
Here, here,
What?
sir.
You frog? Nice. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, is this honor shop? Yeah, it costs honor points. Okay, okay. Oh, bind rune. What's the weapons and armor? Good. Do I need 999? I'll get. I'll get. They're so cheap. I don't have enough honor. I have
But grab a
10,000.
Rune first.
Oh, it's 50. Okay, I'll just buy it.
You only have 10,000. If you need more, just relog in.
Okay. See what people are telling me. Farming for the reinforcements is hard. All right. I want to do. This is so confusing. There's like, how are you supposed to discover this as a player? What? I think I bought the wrong thing. I think that's what someone was telling me. Those aren't what I'm after. I see. Ruins. Oh, hello. Okay. I see. Okay. So these are the stats it gives me. At least it tells me the stats it gives. Final form, accuracy, EVP offensive. Man, there's a lot. Sleep resistance. A lot of depth here. All stats 10. These are expensive. Is this the best one? I think I have some. Wait, did I have these already? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of depth here. A lot of options, but I'll just do this one. One of these. Character locked. Why? That's annoying. Okay, I have. Powerman shard, thank you. Yeah, I had the dust, but or the fragment, but not the shard. Okay. So this is like it's like a gem. 1 to 2. Okay. Nice. And I can just keep going. Nice. Why is this so easy? Is this a good enhancer? Is that why?
Because there is 100 level. This is the reason.
100 times? Are you kidding? So I just stand here clicking these buttons for like an hour? Oh my god. And it fails sometimes. That's insane. What was wrong with gems? Oh my god. And it fails so easily. Why did they just make them like gems? What the heck? 100
Yeah, this is
levels?
mostly why people hate Rune. This is super hard to get them to 100.
And
So
it's
the
like,
real question is, because the easy answer is removing them, of sure, but I think that would be nice if we can dig into it.
I mean, I think it's cool that they have some cool stat combinations on them. Like that's cool. You can get 5% skill powering, and there were some cool ones over here. I think that adds some depth to like on top of gems. Wait, actually, how do I use the rune now that I made one? Can I do, what is it? Is it like a gem? Like, can I put it in my head? Oh, I think this is a weapon one, right? Not compatible.
Yeah, you can put Rune
Earring with a socket.
everywhere.
Yeah, I need an earring, they're saying. Is there a special earring I need, or can I? I'll just. The rune. Oh, the rune told me which socket it goes into. Okay. Okay, so it's just like a gem, but why all this process? So basically, gems became useless. Like, why would I use a gem if I had a powerful rune? Or is it
No.
they didn't become useless? Gems are better for base tests. I mean, there's a lot of new gems too.
I replaced some of my gem with Rune, but most of the time I choose gem.
Most of the time you chose them. Okay. Look, I can just spawn the level 1. I wonder
But I'm
why.
not a specialist about Rune. I didn't play the version with it.
Yeah. So like if I spawn like a 99 jades. Okay, so the stats are too many. Okay. See. Okay, so alright, so the stats on gems can be better. Maybe if you wanted like the offense PvP skill range. Are you kidding me? If I had 5 of these, I could 15 meters. Interesting. I mean, I like the stats on here. I don't like that you have to get them to level 100 and then you have to do all this work. I think it could be interesting if these were just like gems. I'm on the honor shop. PvP. Where is the
Yeah,
Valor?
this one is PvP.
Oh, okay, yeah, I want to see the stats on the other ones.
You want to see the PVM?
Yeah. Oh, it's right here. That's armors. Okay.
Yeah, follow me.
Valor.
This one.
All right, let's take a look. Oh, and you can buy. Man, is everything good in the honor and valor shops? Dang. Inventory capacity. Does anyone use that? I mean, it's kind of useful, but
Yeah, there were some really good.
okay. I mean, I think this is cool that you can get like something with like a combo of weird stats like MP recovery rate, but then who needs MP? Like, is there a skill? EVM resistance. Now that's interesting. Your heal powers plus.
No, there is some that is really good. Like I'm using the, I'll say in English, Entrafling, Starcross, Asher. Who made the name seriously?
Is it here in this shop? Or is it in the other
This
shop?
one gave accuracy 89 and critical 27. It's really good.
Nice. You can just buy hearts. What are these for? And meteorite? Oh, this is just all. You can just buy everything. Like, why farm, man? You can just buy everything. Yeah, let's spend some valor. Woohoo. Okay. Let's 7 EP shop. Okay, and then here is the elements. Does that work?
Yeah. Yes.
Imbues the
And you
element
have
of.
Unbinder too.
Okay. I know that this was they had just started working on this. The elements. I don't know if it's fully was it fully done.
Thanks for the link.
Imbues the element into your weapon. Okay, I think that's kind of cool for PVM, right? Like if you're fighting a fire thing, then water one would be good. I don't know. Seems complicated. Valor to clan point. Oh, I see. So, Holy Ghost poison. Sorcery was the last one. Blank enchantment scroll. Oh, interesting. So you can take the stats, appraise stats off something and put on something else. I can take my 2 strength.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting items here, but I hate it. Where does it go? 2 strength. Alright, that's a nifty item. Okay. Put it on my lower stat grade. Oh, it's an item mall item? I can only put it on item mall items. Wait, did it already has a stat? That's right. Okay. Ooh, there's some complex mechanics here. Alright, but let's not. I want to go back to runes. All the good stuff is basically in the Valor and Honor shops. But this is really. I hate this. Like, alright. Like, you just spend all day here. Just trying to get your little rock to level 100. And then the stats aren't even that amazing. You know, I'm not against these runes. I think I like that they're basically alternatives to gems, which I think is interesting. But I think having them from 1 to
This is why I was saying to check it.
yeah,
I'm
no,
not sure I will be hated for this. I'm not sure the 8 for rune is, I don't know how to say. I think it can be reworked.
I
And
think
if
so.
at the end it sucks,
Yeah,
goodbye
one
rune.
and your crit one is broken and the dodge one is broken. So we might need to look at like like my little what's it gonna give me 5% accuracy? Like that's doesn't seem OP. Yeah, I don't mind the runes themselves. I think the process to make like this is so stupid. Like why would I want to let's see what people are saying. I would make the just for the rune upgrade, just make it tier 1, 2, and 3, not 100.
But at the end, this is always the same problem. Sorry.
What's the same problem?
Same problem is you spend your time on dungeon, on game arena, and you have nothing to do. And people that hate game arena and prefer the open map have nothing to do and they're bored.
Yeah, this is so. Yeah, and you need to get Valor and Honor points, which is dungeon and arenas only, right? Okay, I think we need to rework runes, but I don't know if we need to get rid of them because I think they do. It's nice to have. Let's look. Like it's nice to have some diversity in gems as long as we like balance them. And runes are really just when someone decided to make gems, you can get to level like 100. Like it's just crazy. But if we had them the same as gems, like just a 10, would be interesting. I like having more build options. Yeah, to do the daily dungeon quests and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the dungeons and the dungeon quests should be I'm not gonna do that this stream. All right, okay, so we saw. All right, I think we're coming up on 2 hours on the stream here, so I want to wrap it up. I think we looked at some interesting thing. I liked. This wasn't bad. Let's go back to that NPC. Go back to where we started. All right. So refining was a nightmare. Like this was horrible. Max. All right. This was a nightmare, right? Like even with the enhancement and protection, like I think we need to look at this. If the only way to get those runes here was item mall, then I think we need to at least make these available not item mall, because then otherwise it's impossible, like to get a good stat. What did I get to on my item? Like 12. So I think we need to consider that. We'll have to look into whether to make this easier or not, but at least consider the enhancement and protection need to be available. Like it needs to be like a common material or something. So that's my analysis on that one. Let's go look at this bad boy. I already forgot. Here, reinforce. I reinforced this weapon, right? Oh, to get to 100 durability. This wasn't bad. Honestly, this wasn't bad. The RNG I felt it was unnecessary. I'd rather it just require more enhancers and then you're guaranteed to upgrade. I think it wasn't as bad as refining. At least we got it to 100 dura, right? That wasn't bad. And then the last thing we looked at. Let's go, monsieur. Oh, I probably should have started over there. The last thing we looked at. I don't know why I didn't start with the ruins and then go look at the other ones. After 2 hours, my brain is mush. The last one was ruins. This whole process was ridiculous. Like to get a level 100 rune is just insane. Yeah, the ruins is insane. I think having an item that works like a gem that has some interesting stats on it, I think I like that idea. But whether it'll be like this and stuff like that, I think we need to take a look at that. Cool. All right. So let's go take a screenshot, Garnet, so that we can wrap up this stream. I think we looked at some interesting stuff here. Facing. Let's face. And take a screenshot for our stream here. Done. Sorry, folks. Let me do that real quick. All right. I think that was some good coverage. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope I answered all your questions. If you have more, save them for Discord or for the last time.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks everybody, and looking forward to the next stream. See you later.